In this lecture, we're going to discuss the following features of legal language. First of all, foreign words, then technical vocabulary, personalia, and finally phonology. So let's get started. As for the foreign words, legal English has a large number of French and Latin words in particular. In fact, one of the many noticeable features of English legal lexicon is the existence of Latin and French origin. The presence of such terms is linked to certain historical reasons. Some of the words that can be of common use nowadays are like basis, table, declaration, register, stated apart, and the premium. In fact, historically, Latin was supported by the power of the Roman Church over Europe in the past, and also its widespread use throughout England as a language of learning and literature. It was of a high prestige. In addition to the incredible power of the Roman law, which was a coherent written system and had the strength of an institution over considerable areas of Europe. In addition to the usage of Old English words, there is also a host of French words such as proposals, effect, society, assurance, insured, schedule, subject, rules, condition, date, entrance, contract, accepted. Actually, a large number of French terminology here. Just like Latinicism, the existence of French terms with the English legal text is also apparent. As you know, and maybe you studied this in Varieties 1, that after the Norman conquest in 1066, the language of the French invaders gained an undeniable possession in the legal sphere of England, bringing with it a wealth of legal French words, terminology, such as the ones that we have just mentioned, okay? Condition, date, entrance, contract. These words are originally French words. So we may rightly assume that such overwhelming presence of foreign words has the function of reassuring the highly conservative and formal nature of legal English. So the deployment of Latin or Greek or French words into the English legal text has the function of the obsession of reassuring the highly formal and conservative nature of this variety, and it also reflects the independent nature of this kind of text and its peculiar style as well. As pointed out in the previous presentations, proof forms are not preferred in legal English for the possibility of ambiguity of reference. Instead, the same words is in most cases repeated over and over. Some actually words can be repeated and unusually overused, and this shows the obsession of this kind of text with accuracy, exactness of reference and meaning, and it disregards of the elegance of style. Okay, this kind of text takes objectivity as a start point, even if it meant to repeat the same words over and over, but in order to achieve accuracy of reference, it is always possible to repeat the same words. Now, for example, the following words are repeated many times in the legal text found in 184. The word proposal is repeated 3 times, the society 7 times, the life insured 3 times, schedule 3 times, assurance 2 times, and several other examples that can be also found And this is also, as I told you, it reassures the accuracy of reference, okay, and to avoid any kind of ambiguity of reference as well. So the function of this legal repetition is to reflect the obsession of legal English with precision of reference and meaning. Although such exaggerated repetition of words used now and then in short passage is dull and boring, this variety disregards elegance of style because the primary target is to achieve accuracy and avoidance of ambiguity or misinterpretations. As for technical words, technical vocabulary is a set of words that are limited to a special field of knowledge. So we have seen so far that a considerable part of legal English vocabulary is a mixture of archaic terms and terms of Latin and French origin. Another remarkable and noticeable feature of legal English is its technical terminology. Okay, this reveals that a technical term is an unshared term used exclusively by a specific profession. Okay, so and this actually shows that specialists in the legal sphere are actually equipped by a distinct language peculiar to ordinary people and highly characterized by a vocabulary of technical nature. Okay, so here in this variety there are a number of words which are not only specific to it but also understood usually by specialists in law, such as lawyers, judges, and the attorneys, the general. So these words, when used, specify legal English exclusively. So let's look at some of the purely technical legal vocabulary or words. For example, decree, mortgage, subletting, deed, tenant, lease, hereinafter, landlord, and codes, and there are actually hundreds or maybe thousands of other words, but this is just to mention some. Now we move to personalia. The term encapsulates all the words which refer to persons in the document. Several words in the text refer to people, such as the life insured, agent, collector. The interesting point about these words is that they are always assigned importance in legal documents. And this is exactly why they are always initially capitalized. Now, if you go back to the text that you have in your court textbook, that is the legal text, you may notice that all the personalia or all the terms that refer to persons in the document, such as collector and agent, they're all written with initial uppercase letter. Okay, so this is very much peculiar to the English legal text, that whenever mentioning the agent or the landlord or the seller or the buyer, then you have to capitalize the first letter. As for phonology, phonology is completely unimportant in legal English because elegant, beautiful language is completely irrelevant here. So in conclusion, we might rightly say that legal language is a highly formalized language based on strict linguistic rules, which dramatically differs from the ordinary conventional use of language. It strives and aims at achieving consistency, validity, completeness, exactness, and soundness of language. Its syntactic patterns are characterized for being highly complex and unusually lengthy. It is largely based on technical terminology which are originally drawn from Latin and French and also other languages. It is important to mention that modern day legal language still preserve many aspects of Old English, which is clearly reflected in the complete absence of punctuation and the use of old forms of diction and morphology. So, all in all, English legal text is highly unique and highly distinctive from all the other genres of text.